Hi, I'm Dr. Francesca Zampollo, and this is a food design article review. And the article that I have for you today is not really an article, it's actually the editorial of the first issue of the International Journal of Food Design. I am the founding editor of this very journal, which is the first and only academic peer-reviewed journal on food design. This is probably the biggest contribution I've made to the field of food design, and something I'm really proud of. Getting to this tangible thing here was a 3-year journey, but this is just the beginning. I like to think that with this, food design becomes a proper academic discipline, and that researchers from all over the world, whose research was never quite fitting in other journals, in here find a home. This is the first issue that came out in October 2015, and in here you find the editorial, 2 articles, 1 case study, and an interview that I had with no less than Mariah Vogelsang. I want to draw your attention on my editorial, not because I'm great, but because what I tried to do with this editorial was asking the question, what is food design? So I asked around and I was able to collect 19 different definitions from 19 of the most influential people in food design, including, of course, all the editors of this journal. So in here you have 19 different definitions of food design, which means that if you're not really sure what food design is, you should have a look at this, because nowhere else you will find so many different perspectives on the biggest question we all have. What is really food design? There are a couple of definitions in here that I think are very interesting. For example, Sonia and Martin from the studio Honey and Bunny say that food design is the design of edible objects that include all processes from the cultivation, breeding to the preparation of food, and all decisions that are taken to determine food as an object. More precisely, the design of taste, consistency, texture, surface, the sound of chewing, smell, and all other object properties. On a similar line, Marty Guixet says that food design is the design of food, which is thought, perceived, contextualized, ritualized, implemented, and consumed as an object. Both these definitions are about food as a tangible object. On the other hand, Barry Kutrovitz, associate editor of this journal, says that food design is designing with the medium of food and or designing items, services, spaces, and system-related food. This definition broadens the boundaries of food design, from being about food as a tangible object to being about food as spaces, services, and systems. And reading across the other definitions, you'll find the concept of food design being shaped, reshaped, recontextualized, and made even more colorful. If you ask me, food design is, well, the connection between food and design. Food design is the design process for food and eating-related concepts. What is key to me is that both terms, food and design, are equally important. There is no food design without food, obviously, and there is no food design without design. Sounds obvious? Well, from what I see, it's really not. For example, things like this are called food design, but to me, they're really not, because there's no design. And maybe it depends on the definition you give to design, but this is an entirely different issue which I'm not going to tackle here. Anyway, if you want to have a glimpse into what food design is and how we can define it, have a look at this editorial, and why not this issue and those that will follow. If you want to see more of these videos and much more, feel free to click on subscribe. Thank you for watching and happy food design!